Goodyear, Arizona is the third fastest growing city in the state of Arizona. Now, with that said, the reason you're probably watching this video is because you're looking to move to Goodyear, Arizona yourself, or you're looking to move to the state of Arizona, and maybe YouTube thinks you should check out Goodyear and all there is to offer. Now, like I said, Goodyear, Arizona, it is fast growing, over 80,000 people. Last census, that number is probably closer to 100,000 people. To me, that is a big pro, because with growth comes development and becomes more opportunity. So Goodyear, it is named after the Goodyear Tire Company. Not that that matters, but thought you would like to know that. So again, one of the pros is the growth of Goodyear, what we're seeing, and that brings more things into the area, and again, there's more opportunities for people and just causes jobs, development. It's good for the economy. Now, some people may look at that as a con. I guess it depends on your situation, what you're used to coming to, but to me, that is a huge pro, is that growth. Now, a story about that, a lot of people think growth, or what's the crime like? Now, a good friend of mine, we were cops together back in Illinois. He is actually a cop in Goodyear, and he talks all the time about how quiet it is, how boring it is, and it's just way slower than what we're used to back in Illinois when we were in law enforcement there together. Now, I'm not saying there's no crime there. No, that's just his stories to me when I'm asking, how do you like being a cop in Goodyear compared to Illinois? And he tells me it's slow. So if I am looking at moving there and someone tells me, from a law enforcement perspective, it's quiet, it's slow, I take that as a pro. Again, do your own research when it comes to the crime stats, safety, that kind of thing. If you have other questions on that, let me know and I can see what info I can find for you, at least get you the right resources. Another pro is, again, there's so much to do here. From the Estrella Mountains, you can go hike. There's, outdoor activities. There's so much to do in Goodyear. You also have the Goodyear ballpark. Now, I covered this in another video. I got to go, inside off hours, so that was pretty cool, but they have the Reds and now Guardians there, but over 10,000 seats, and they have more than just the spring training. But obviously, if you're gonna come here in the spring, check it out. And if you live here, then it's right there in your backyard to go to Goodyear Ballpark to see that. But they have a lot of different things throughout the year that happen there. It's nice to have right in your own community. Another pro for me is one of my favorite neighborhoods, favorite communities, and that is EMR Estrella Mountain Ranch. Now, if you're not familiar with this master plan community, I'll put the video right here, and I'll also put a link to it in the description where I covered before. But they even have a yacht club there. So who would have thought that you'd have a yacht club right here in Arizona? But I don't know the exact size of it offhand, but it is a large community. Home prices range. If you want just a average affordable home, all the way up to the $1 million plus mark. Again, depends on what it is you're looking for. Now, when it comes to home prices, you are going to pay a little bit more compared to the average across the valley. Right now, as far as the average list price, you are at $550,000 with a median around $500,000. So that's slightly above, not much, than the prices across the valley as a whole. Now, comparing that to, say, Gilbert, you have an average price of around $700,000. So if you're looking at the two G's, Goodyear or Gilbert, then you can get a little bit more home for your money in Goodyear than you can in Gilbert. And another pro for me is, again, where that is located, where Goodyear is, and you're more of that southwest decor. Now, some people think the west is not as pretty as the East Valley, but I disagree. I love the southwest vibe, closer to the mountains. To me, that is a huge pro. Now we can get into some of the cons, and obviously you're in Arizona, the weather. So for some people, the weather is why they move here. Some people, it is why they leave. Goodyear obviously is no different. It gets hot here in the summer. Some days above 115. If you've never experienced it, I suggest you prepare for it, acknowledge it is going to be hot like an oven, or you come visit during the summer and just see how it feels. Everything is hot. And that is, again, that is not unique to Goodyear. It's just as hot in, pretty much Queen Creek as it is in Goodyear. So if you're moving to the valley, expect it is going to be warm. Again, depending on where you're living in Goodyear. So say you move into a new development and they went in there and built where there was, wildlife. So expect to have, more scorpion issues, snakes. I'm not saying they're gonna be issues, but I would definitely have my house treated and prepare for that, so that way you don't have that issue later. And then something else I've heard people complain about are smells from, nearby farms. Now, to me, I grew up in the country in Illinois. To me, it's not a condom either. Some people who've, say you're moving from California, you've never even seen a farm. If you're coming from, LA, you come here, live in Goodyear, you're like, what is that smell? Well, that is a nearby farm. The wind picked up and now you are smelling it every day at the same time. Another con is lack of public transportation. You really do need a car if you're going to live in Goodyear. There really isn't a strong, rail system there. There's not really there's not a great public transportation. So you need a car if you're going to make Goodyear your home. Another thing is, you don't have quite the shopping experience. Now, I'm not a shopper, so that doesn't bother me. But again, some of my other clients would move there. When I ask them, what are some of the cons for you? And they say, lack of shopping, lack of, big stores. But good thing is it's not that far of a drive. So if you're wondering how far it is to get, say, from Goodyear to Phoenix to the airport, depending on traffic, but around 30 minutes. So not bad. Compared to the East Valley, say from Gilbert, it's about 30 minutes as well. Overall, Goodyear, Arizona is a great place to live, work, and play. With its beautiful natural surroundings, strong economy, and just great people, Goodyear, Arizona is a great place to call home. Now, if you're looking to call Goodyear home or anywhere in Arizona, again, please reach out. My contact info is below. It's Rich Brecklin with Real Broker right here in Arizona, your Arizona real estate agent. Watch this next video, and I'll see you next time.